I should mention, Te Quiero Puta just came on by Rammstein. And you have like the little voice that goes, mas, mas, mas. Oh, si, senor, mas, mas, mas. Whatever it says. And it's like, may have been a little mouse that went into 4th grade, came out, arrived in 5th grade, Miss NIZIC's class, for like maybe 5 functioning etch days in reality, and then disappeared like into Deep Space Nine program of like, we don't see her like going home. We don't see her at school. Like, where'd she go? She's not in America anymore. Yeah, well, she's not in Russia either. So, like, where'd she go? I don't know, office of supposed to keep track of these things. And then you have, like, the angry guy who's like, Te quiero puta! Like, at the end, like, little mouse is like, Vámonos, vámonos! Just saying, things manifest in my, like, university of, like, it really happened. It's now the mannequins on Earth are speaking about it, and it relates. It's very relatable back to, like, real leadership problems we get going on in, like, quiet places. Yeah, I'm resident alien. I'm not, like, I walk off set by, like, I have no idea how. And then I do like really important things, and then they put me back in prison, like as if I'm supposed to be one of the turds, like on the floor. Yeah, I'm not I'm accidentally smart. I'm like artwork that like moves with real function. I'm not one of the extras on a set of a back lot that they lost count of, like cattle. Like, they're like, wait, I thought I had 100 cattle. Yeah, you did have 100 cattle. Why? I don't know. It's only showing 25 today. Who took my 75 cattle off of my lot? Yeah, see, I work on the forensics team that answers that question naturally. Right? That was my mainstay function. Unfortunately, I got thrown to a pinhole. So we had a new MITI circle of municipality at my resident alien level, so we could monitor, because there was corruption within the mainstay frame system with your stupid fucking astronauts taking rocket moon rides to the moon in like NASA won something. We're going to put a whole rocket. We're going to put monkeys in space. You keep blowing holes in the fucking air apparatus system. It's going to be a real fucking problem for us in the future, motherfucker. Right? Yeah, they didn't care. Right. So that's like the quiet, like argument, like space rockets before I got here. Great. Okay. So they threw me on. I look exactly the same as I did back then. Confuses a few unless you're on special projects, and then you never want to leave. But I named my cheerleaders in there. So now I got a question, right? That's where the deep throat, Deep Space Nine, and like, we can't always answer all your fucking questions, but she's definitely belongs to him. Union been on strike. She ain't on the strike payroll. You can't strike that from record. That's important information. Spot inspections needs for the injection of next gen, and for her to get where she needs to be. And she's got one other accidentally artwork smart that's really tall. He's like a tall MAST, M-A-S-T. Gonna be the last fucking face you see before death befalls you permanently in massive quantities if this goes wrong. Right, yeah, so I never understood why. I walked off in 4th grade. I had more visual days there. I signed an Illuminati contract with humans. Jackie LYBERG was my live human witness. And wherever she was from, I think she might have been from Belarus. My God, she's she looks like Liv Tyler, like that beautiful, in the Lord of the Rings, like the elf, like the beautiful, quiet, but kind of like a little kid, like, right? Yeah, that's how Jackie is. Really, really liked her as a friend. Didn't make sense though. She looked like she was like 20 something when I was in 4th grade, but I was like, I'll go with it. At least you're not like the loud screaming Jill Margolis and Shauna Hildebrand and Molly Finkel's. God, are they like the typical American, like, what shot? Oh my God, it is like who woke up the Harley Davidson girls and gave them megaphones? Jesus Christ in Lloyd Harbor. All right, so now, anyway, then I had, that was 4th grade. 5th grade was Miss NIZICH. I think I showed up for class maybe handful of days. The rest I was offset. And then Mr. Moore, he was a really nice guy, Moore. He kind of looked like he could have been related to my Uncle Edward, my Uncle Eddie, had that look to him, but really respectable gentleman, but kind. Like he could have been a monk in a ministry of like wanting to help the church people, because like he was like, in Italian we call it simpatico. It's a gentle, quiet reserve, not like, I get loud and like in your face because I got Sergeant Slaughter responsibilities, right? Yeah, he's more like, I'm gonna quietly like tend to the flock. Like I'll take the ones that scare easily, good, I'll take them over here while you go yell at the ones that you need to go do something and they're giving you lip. Right, lipids, right, got it. Okay, I said that might work better because they're on that fat payroll at the top, right? They don't like to do anything. They like to think who they are. And then when you call them out on like, no, I'm head of the femoral bone inside the ball and socket that you don't see, stupid. So don't you get like, rowdy with me and I got to get to head of IT. We call him Hitler. Great. He's got a bad reputation in America. Yeah, we laugh at that because that's what I wanted. So now I don't really care about your like money clubs and who got burned in ovens. Yeah, so did Hansel and Gretel. We get over it because we got next kids coming. That part of your life is over, and it wasn't that Hitler anyway. So get over it. Right. See, we don't have time for you and your emotions at humans. Like there's real shit going on. I don't play on the set of movie crazy. All right. So now let's think about this. We are at, oh, right. So then I had Mr. Moore. He did a Ulysses, like the, not the Iliad and the Odyssey, that was something else, but I don't know, some book. Ulysses was big in, I don't know, Europe or whatever, back in some age of, I have no idea. It was the one where they sailed through the pinnacles of Hercules and there was some great sea monster and I don't know, he was trying to explain it. I was like plugging in, plugging out. My Christmas lights were going off. And then we had to dress up in like, so I went to the local costume store. I had my mom buy me this big silver, like plated, like breastplate with like a gold insignia. It was silver with gold insignia on it. And like it came with a sword and it was a back and a front and I don't know what the hell the name of it was. It was really hilarious because we had to do like a book report or something. I don't know. Yeah, there's my pageantry in front of like all of like 10 other kids because I was like, all right, if I get pageantry out of the way, can I just go get married right the first time? Do I have to do this like calling you all out on whatever the hell you think this is? So, and then Mr. Moore also was teaching fractions, fractions. And I walked in the door to school, but it looked like Miss Harrison's room, but Mr. Moore was there. Now, Mr. Moore was 6th grade, but Harrison was 4th grade. Now, I walked in the door, sat down at my desk, which was in like a cluster of a couple of other desks, and then there's some here, some here, some here, in a quadrant. And he was at the front of the room, and he's like, we're doing fractions, just, take a seat. And he's like, grab your pencil and whatever, and take a look at the paper. So I did, and I'm just, I like anxiety, because I'm like, wait a minute, where the hell did I just come from? Like, I thought I went to the bathroom, but now, and then like I even said it, he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. And he was like, what's the matter? And I'm like, I don't remember ever learning anything like this. I was like with a number and a line and a number underneath, and it was 4 over 3, by the way. And I'm like, because in my world, that's like super highly sexual. Or it's like very treasonous. And the way that they had it written based on the setting in the room, and Mr. Moore was there, it was treason. It was you separating my 4 from my 3, and hiding it in a sexual format of 4 is over 3. Right, yeah, but you put a transverse, a suture. It's not a suture. It's I mean, for us, it's transverse sagittal. It's where you snip something in image completely, and then you suture it elsewhere in imagery and whatnot that are on a plane of anatomical scale that humans don't use, and the words don't match up, but I don't really give a shit. I gotta talk to my people. So that's that. And he's like, where were you? And I was like, I thought I asked to go to the bathroom. He's like, no, you didn't. He's like, I didn't know that you went to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't remember going to the bathroom, but I walked back through the door, and I don't know. Like, I'm just, I'm like, I'm just a little disoriented, maybe, like confused, disoriented. He goes, well, those words make sense. He goes, now, he's like, you know, Miss Harrison's not here, or she left or something. He's like, I'm taking over for now as like a substitute. And I'm like, wait, who? I was like, Harris, right. Oh, okay. I was like, anything else I have to know? He's like, well, she really wasn't working out. She wasn't doing what she needed to do. So they put me in here. I'm like, all right. And he said, now look down. Can you do the equation? Do you know fractions? And I look down and I'm like, no. I'm like, should I know what these things are? Did you teach this already? Did I miss that much of the class when I was out in what I thought was the bathroom? And then it was like, and I don't know is that when Bradley Ray started breaking all my pencils and then I got sent to the principal's office? It gets a little fuzzy, but I know Mr. Moore was like stepped in for Miss Harrison, but then he came back in 6th grade, but I don't really remember him because I was like, I mean, I get pulled in and out of your world and your reality and do work elsewhere, and then nobody fills me in. I don't have a schedule, so it gets really confusing. Is anybody doing forensics on me? I'm just curious, and like handing them to the man that I was born for, like my tall mast sail with the upside down triangle that's like a delta where we come from on its head. I mean, it's just like, hello, humans, you're not functioning at the proper level that is going to keep you healthy and have a safe planet. Some of us are trying to work around your stupidity, but it's getting really fucking difficult.